All right, guys, so we're officially in the review portion of the video. Welcome. We have just finished playing Floriferous. If you guys haven't seen the full playthrough and you want to, and you have a...
Check it out in the description below. Check out the link in the description below.
That's exactly what I wanted to say, guys. I just couldn't get it out. Okay, so check it out in the description below, guys. It was a quick one, so if you just need like a quick little, you know, time killer, check out our review. I mean, playthrough, because we're in the review right now, okay? Do you want to take over?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
This is way more fun.
Okay, so as you can see right here, guys, basically what we're doing, if you're just joining us now for the first time, as you can see, guys, basically what we're doing is we're walking through a garden. All you do is you take a step this way 5 times. And that's the first
step. You go this way, then you go this way,
exactly.
then you go this way.
You go this way first 5 times, and then you take 5 steps this way and 5 steps back this way, and that's the end of the game. It's 3 days. Each step is a round.
We only have 4 cards out. That's why it's a little confusing.
Yeah, there's 5. There's supposed to be 5. Yes. And guys, basically you have flowers, you have these stones that you can pick up, you have sculptures. They all score differently.
Look at this. I got a gnome.
Yeah,
and
you do.
Look at this beautiful, beautiful lady here.
That is.
With flowers in her hair.
She don't compare.
No. I was gonna start singing a song, but sorry.
Oh
okay,
my! You know, I don't even care.
Sweet.
I don't even care anymore.
I was gonna start singing a song, but I decided against it.
Which one?
It has to do with flowers in your hair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We'll sing it.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay, well, guys, in the we might make a part 3, depending on if this video gets 25,000 likes. we got to shoot high, man. Yeah, then she will be singing. So
okay.
Anyway, guys, so basically you can pick up all these different things and everything scores differently. You have these bounty cards that are going to be basically like your objectives in the game, and those are going to score differently at the end of each day. And then at the end of the round, or at the end of the 3 days, you're going to take all the cards you've gotten, all the desire cards, score everything up. And that is the game, guys. It's supposed to be a relaxing game. And to be honest, I think they did a great job.
They did.
Yes.
You take a little walk through the garden is what they prepare you for.
That's what it feels like. You know, you
pick your favorites.
You do. The first thing that I would compare this game to, would be something like Wingspan.
That's what I was going to say too.
Now, do you want to go ahead?
We didn't plan that. Go ahead. No.
Now, here's the thing. The most obvious reason you compare it to Wingspan is because they're both beautiful games where you're in nature and you're collecting these cards that all score differently. However, obviously, Wingspan is way more complex.
Right.
And I think that this is the relaxed version of Wingspan. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like a relaxed version of Wingspan where you're taking cards. The cards obviously don't have as many effects and as many, they're not triggered and stuff like that, but they do have their own scoring. And I think it's cool that this game literally is you're picking a card based on scoring. There's nothing else. You don't have any other really strategy. It's based on how many points can you get at the end of the game and how relaxed can you stay.
Some of mine I just picked because they're pretty.
Well, that is
like
dangerous.
This lily, I would not have passed up that lily.
I know, that is incredible.
I would have been like, that's mine.
Yeah, it is true. Every card in here is unique and beautiful in its own way.
Like and sculptures. I just love the sculptures.
So what's cool about this game in comparison to games like Wingspan is that this game is just so much more simple. Yet that satisfaction of having a good score and scoring cards based on objectives is still there. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. In Wingspan, in games like that, you're which we love, by the way, you're focusing a lot more on not only just scoring, but also these different triggers that your birds have and where you're going to lay eggs and all those different things. This, you take a card and you're going to use it to score. And I love that simple, unique aspect that keeps it very... and the thing is, like, the way they create this relaxed atmosphere is that you just take a card and it's going to eventually score, most likely.
Yeah.
Almost every card is a good card. You're going for the one that's better than the other, even though they're all essentially great.
Well, and also the cool part of it is really what you only know is going to score is up here. And then these just come out at random.
That is cool.
So yeah, you just take a card, whatever one, you can either go for up here or you can just wait for something that you need to come out and make sure that you grab it when it does. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the goals are actually random. And so you choose your scoring goal.
This feels strategic. This feels tactical, and that's what I feel like. That's like it's been a theme recently: is strategy and tactical gameplay, and some of the games we played, and that does feel a little bit more tactical with these. I love that these are random. Mm-hmm. It really does, because you're sitting there, and if it were just these cards and just these, it would be way too.
It'd be too easy.
It'd be too simplistic. Yes,
Yeah.
It wouldn't keep me motivated to keep playing because it's eventually these are going to be done. You know what I mean? I scored all of these in this game, and I mean you didn't, but you weren't really. It's okay. I was like the first try, and you were going for more of the desire cards, which is great. And so you're focusing on more of these random scoring methods, and I was going for these objectives. So it's cool that you have that option to go either way.
Yeah.
I do love games that have these objective cards. I just love objective cards. I think that almost, you know, obviously there's different types of games. There's skirmish games and, you know, all that other stuff, but like war games, but I love objective cards in a game. I think that they need them because it gives you a goal. And if I don't have a goal in a game, I usually don't like it. Even with sandbox games, I need some kind of objective. I need a mission or something. I need to focus on something, or I just feel too open. I don't like that. I want to have a vision.
Because if you don't know what you're going for, you can always fall back on these.
Exactly.
Yep. Like, oh, well, I'm not really going for any desire cards, so I'll just go to the objectives.
That's a great way to put it. Yes.
So for me, I always like to say if it's a date game or not. And for me, this is 100% an awesome date game. So especially in the winter, like we are right now, you don't get to go outside and see these beautiful plants like you do in spring.
You're just depressed.
And yeah, everything's dead and dry and there's no leaves on the tree, you know?
Right.
And coming in here and playing this game is just like a refreshing, it's like springtime all year round if you play this game.
I like that.
And we also like going to the botanical gardens and seeing, you know, the do you not?
I'm sorry. That was a dead giveaway. I do enjoy going with the kids. I enjoy.
The first time we went to the botanical gardens together, he took me. That's the first time I've been there. So obviously you enjoy it a little bit. And probably shouldn't say this, but he picked one of the flowers. Do you know what a big no-no that is? He picked one of the flowers and didn't even pick it by the stem. Like he just plucked off the bud and like brought it to me.
I thought that would preserve it. I thought it would regrow eventually.
I was like, what are you doing? You can't do that.
I thought it would regrow if you do that. If you clip it from the stem, it's gone.
Public, do not pick the flowers.
Like as I picked it off, I looked up and there was a sign that was like, do not pick flowers. And I was like, well, I picked a rose too, guys.
It was not a rose.
Yes, it was.
It was a huge daisy.
Oh my golly. Is that worse?
I don't know. It was a big, bright orange daisy.
It was like
with the brown in the middle.
I looked around on an entire collection of flowers at this gardens, and I picked the most beautiful one that I could find. And I thought it would really impress her, and
I was like, "What are you doing?"
she was impressed. She kept it.
I did keep it, but you couldn't even put it in water because you didn't pluck off the stem, so I couldn't keep it for that long. The bud was like wilting in my hand by the time we left. Anyway, so it feels like going on a romantic date.
Yes.
Through the gardens. It actually reminds me, I don't know how many people have gone to this certain place in California, but it's called Balboa Park. It's one of the prettiest places to me. This sculpture reminds me of it. It has lots of butterfly gardens and lily pads and it's just wonderful. And so this brings me there. And I also love springtime. And so this is just...
We always, whenever we play a game like this, guys, we have to comment on the looks because it's clear. It's clear that's going to be one of the greatest characteristics of a game like this. Now, for me, looks are not good enough in a game. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Theme is not good enough for me in a game. Looks are not good enough for me in a game if the game does not play well. Okay, if I don't have fun in a game, I don't care what it looks like or how thematic it is. If it's not fun, it's gone. Okay, this game is
both.
Gone?
Is that what you're gonna say? No, I'm saying like both.
Okay, I was like, wow. No, this game is absolute. This game. Here's the thing. You need games that are going to provide a good experience with not brain-burning, rid-face strategy where you're just completely drained at the end, where you can just enjoy it. And that's what they're trying to do here, is create a relaxed game where there's actually some strategy, and that's what they did, and it's a good game. I would play this 5 times in a row and keep going. Because ultimately, for me, I'm not in it for the flowers, okay? I'm in it because there are ways to score points, and I love that there's objectives, both random and not. Okay, and that for me is enough in a game to have a great time over and over again. This game is basically like an alternative for me to Azul, or an alternative to me for, like Carcassonne or something like that. Obviously very different games, but they provide that same level of strategy, very easy setup, and
you can play it over and over.
Played a couple times through. I would absolutely pull this out on a random night and be like, let's play Floriferous.
Before we even got into the review, I said, do you want to play it again?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
why not? I would love to.
Into it. Yeah, so we're ready to play it a few times through.
It needs to be a game where there's no downtime between turns. That is something very important to games like this, where it's not a lot of super heavy strategic gameplay. To keep it nice and keep it exciting, you have to have pretty quick turns. I don't want to sit here and wait 10 minutes for you to choose a flower. Right. And you don't have to.
You don't have to.
And that's the great part about this. You just take a step, take a flower, and you know you're going to score it somehow. And you're all the while, you're looking at these cards that you've collected. I looked at these several times myself and just was proud of what I had done. And so I think that's
proud
cool.
of the flowers you picked.
Proud of the flowers I picked.
The bouquet you created.
Yeah. I would pick all of these from the stem.
And this is that's horrible. You don't pick flowers from the stem. Then you can't water them and keep them alive.
Let me ask you a question. Die. How many flowers do you have that I've gotten you over the years? Still,
I don't.
Exactly.
Probably because you picked them all from the bud instead of the stem.
I should have picked them all from the stem so you could enjoy the fullness.
Even if you pick them off of the bud and you try to smash them in a book or something and save them, the flowers that you do pick from the bud are too big to smash in a book. So you don't pick me the small ones. You pick me the huge ones. And they don't have stems, so I can't hang them upside down and dry them and keep them. That's what women do.
You know those little flowers in the backyard and the weeds? They grow off the weeds?
Yeah.
That's what you're getting from now on. They don't die.
No, I ask for plants, okay? I don't say get me flowers. Yeah, he doesn't like plants. I love plants. So he doesn't buy me plants and he doesn't buy me flowers because I've complained about flowers and he doesn't like plants. So I lose in both situations. Thanks for bringing that up, babe.
I feel like
thanks for bringing it up.
This is
we're gonna have a talk before Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So
this is a great game for beginners too. Easy to teach, easy to do.
Very, very easy for beginners,
them to practice. So get a one-time through, and then you can start really playing the game.
So for me, the only constructive criticism would be the audience for this game. I'm trying to get some of my dude friends into games, and this would be a little bit tough. I'm not going to lie. I would have to camouflage this in a pile of poker chips in order to get them to just probably play it and understand that this is okay. We can do this together, and it will be fun. This wouldn't
be a game that you would take out with your dude friends, though. There are so many other games that are masculine that you'd be like, yeah, let's play this. Like Carcassonne. Would you choose this over Carcassonne?
Oh, not
with dudes.
Not with a bunch of dudes.
And so I don't think they created this necessarily.
They created it for romance.
Dudes in mind, yeah.
Created it for romance.
That's why I say this is another good date game because you're not gonna play it with a bunch of dudes.
And another thing, guys.
And gardeners.
If you have a gardener.
Florists, gardener friends.
If you guys have a gardener, this is something that maybe on their break they would want to do with you. So go pull them outside. Yeah. Be like, hey, and just to make sure that they know that they're gonna have to still finish the job after the game's over. Okay, but they want to play. It's cool. So one last thing, guys. I think this review is actually longer than our gameplay at this point, but when I saw this cup of tea card, it reminded me of the fact that this game is a great filler game because it takes almost all of the essential. If you boil down a heavy strategy game to its basic elements, this game would contain them all.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have this card here that a lot of games have that is just an in-game bonus. They have all those objectives and they have a good mechanism of gameplay. I think that's what this game is. And I've played filler games that I absolutely hate because they try to be too much. They try to be it's almost borderline outside of filler, but they are a filler game. And they just do either too much or what they do is I don't want to.
They're doo-doo.
I don't want to do-doo, but I try not to. That's the worst when you do.
Okay. Doo-doo.
But those things sometimes they don't give you enough. This game gives you just the right amount. So that's it. I'm done. Okay, I'm done with it. Okay, I want to play again as soon as possible.
This is a great gift option as well. Yes. For Mother's Day, for birthdays, for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Stocking stuffer, whatever.
Correct.
It's great for girls.
And dudes who like flowers.
And dudes who like flowers.
Golly. Okay.
But doesn't this look like a Mother's Day game?
Yeah, it does.
You play with your mom. Doesn't it just remind you of or put it in their Easter basket?
It's not weird if you play this with your uncle either.
It's not.
Your step uncle.
And if you want to get a bunch of dudes together and play it, it's not weird either, but.
True. Just make sure you have a very nice centerpiece. Okay, because I think they'll appreciate that.
It has a scoring index back here, and it tells you your mood based on how much you scored.
Oh my, does it really?
It does. So, and then it shows your standard game. It shows your extended game, which I didn't know we could play an extended game. So I'm excited to see what that is all about.
I didn't know we could either.
Well, there you go. Extended game is obviously higher. But you scored 38?
I scored 38 points,
so
37.
You are in the really relaxed mood. I scored 28? Is that right?
28.
So I'm cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yep.
Wow.
So I like that. There's a.
I love how it jumps from just
mood.
Anxious to chill. Like there's nothing
Anxious,
in between
chill,
that.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Really relaxed. Utter zen and nirvana.
If you can't score more than 21 points in this game, then you're definitely stressed out. You have not been. You can't focus at all. You need to stop playing the game and go deal with whatever's going on.
Or you need to play it a few times until you get relaxed. And, and you hit the nirvana.
Just put off those things that are important and just come out here and enjoy.
That's not what I'm saying. Don't procrastinate. It's not smart.
There also is a solo game with that crow. Do you see that old crow up there? Look at that crow right there. That is golly. So this crow right here is the solo game, which is really cool that they have a solo game. I would play this by myself.
Index, right? I
would absolutely play this by myself. So this crow deck is beautiful, and you can see that right there. So this is the solo game. Really cool. It just again, it takes all the elements of a big strategy game and just makes it accessible. Jeez, man. Well, I hope happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
That was easy. Thanks, Pencil First Games. Make it easy on me this year. Okay. So anyway, guys, that was our review of Floriferous. Wow. I didn't expect that. There was a lot to talk about, and
that's a sign of a really good game.
It's a sign of a really good game. I highly recommend this one.
Yes.
I think she does too. I will keep this. We'll play this all the time. Break it out anytime, anywhere. We'll take it with us everywhere we go.
You're gonna sit in a cafe and play this with me?
I'd actually rather go
lavender lattes.
Ooh, actually. You can sell anything with lavender. It's crazy. I'd rather take it to the botanical I'd rather take the botanical gardens and play it there.
On a blanket?
Love it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching our playthrough and review, or just the review, or just the playthrough, or
in whatever order you watched it in.
Yes, whatever you guys did for us today. And it doesn't matter if you did anything for us today, because we don't need that.
We don't know anyway, unless you like and subscribe, which leads us to our next thing.
Just do the outro.
Like and subscribe and click the notifications so that you know when we put our next video up. And thanks again for watching. It's been a long day.
Yes, but I feel good. So goodbye. Love you.
Bye. We've talked about this.
Later, homies.